won't be the same, no. Am
think,
I the only person with access?
I think we are actually live now, maybe.
Oh, are you? Okay.
I'm
Are we?
checking now. No, we are not.
We're not live. How is... What?
We need to fix the real quick. The qualifying's underway right now.
Oh, we are live, by the way, now. Yeah.
Yes, so I think
We are.
are?
Oh my
Awesome.
god! I just fucking abandoned the lap. Good grief.
Well, okay, let's get you guys
It's
back
not
in.
on
If
Yeah,
we're
yeah.
live, it's fine. Like
We're live.
I'm okay with that.
We're live.
Is it?
Yeah.
Well, then link the stream, boys.
Yeah, good
I
luck,
can't
guys.
see it.
It's on the... It has the old name, SLR Season 3 Tier 1.
No, it's not
It,
actually
it
live.
didn't...
Oh.
Yeah, I couldn't update the. I couldn't remember how to do it. I'm sorry.
So it's gonna go into the tier 1?
Schedule.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, we can do our thing.
Yeah, I couldn't update the. I couldn't remember how to do it. I'm sorry.
So it's gonna go into the tier 1?
Schedule.
Okay. Okay, I'll get this going, then I'll throw you guys back to the other channel.
I guess yeah.
Yeah, hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We're actually been live for a minute or so now, I think, and we are in qualifying at the moment for the third race of the Assetto Corsa GT3 series in 2SRL Racing League. Joining me here on the comms today is Jensen.
Yes, welcome everybody.
And we hope you have a lot of fun with us, and let's see, we have a lot of drivers actually on the track today, so as opposite to the first races, we actually have almost a full grid. I think we have 19 people on the track today.
Yeah.
And the drivers are actually getting their first laps in now, so we'll just have a look at how that develops. And Toto actually goes on pole with a 1:57.7. He's the first to set a lap time, but Pretorius instantly takes it with a 55.5, which is a pretty good time. But I'm gonna expect that the pole will be probably sub 55, so something like a high 54. That'd be something that I'd expect based on testing anyway.
Well, Yugos takes pole for the moment.
Yep, and it's really close, 900ths of a second between him and Pretorius. Just a word on the championship standings at the moment. We have first of all 2 ties actually. So Thimo and Hugo tying for the first slot in the championship, and then we have Mr. Incognita and Pretorius tying for this P3 at the moment. And so it's all open for grabs anyway. On the team standings, Thimo and Incognita are leading, Oxfordia and Beamer Motorsports. Then we have, well, oh my god, these team names are pretty hard to say. But it's actually, it's Hugo and who is actually racing with him? It's Cursed, right? Yes, so they are holding P2, and there's a 20 point gap between those two teams, and they're pretty much in the clear at the moment. So the Beamers and the Ferraris are ahead in the championship, but from what I've talked to Thimo and Terror today, this is not going to be an easy race for them, because I think the maybe just a word for anybody new to this, these cars are different, so they're not actually equal. And I think for this track in particular, the BMWs might be struggling a bit more. While Pretorius actually takes pole with a 1:54.9. That's a pretty good lap time. And Hugo is down half a second on him at the moment.
Yeah. And what you said, I heard as well from Thimo and Terra, indeed, that BMW isn't really suited for this track. We just have to find out what they can do this race. It's unfortunately because it's a German track after all.
Yeah, Terra still goes pretty solid P3 at the moment with a 1:55.5. And
yeah, not too bad.
It's not too bad. And yeah, I think still a bunch of people who haven't yet set the time. So I think it was rather easy to invalidate here as well when I tried it the last time. So let's see how it develops. Mr. OceanChief in P11 at the moment, but he is 1 second up on his time at the moment. If I'm let's go on board with Chief for a little while. So Chief is on his way, and he is a second up in going into the Schumacher S turn. That looks like a pretty solid lap so far, and let's see if he can get up the order at all. Chief's teammate Pretorius on pole at the moment, so I think this McLaren is supposed to be quite good for this track.
Yeah. I'm following Thimo at the moment.
Okay, where is Thimo at the moment actually?
He's going to the Dunlop curve.
I don't think he's set a time yet, has he?
No.
Okay, so it's interesting.
No, he didn't. No.
And Chief improves, but he only improves by one spot, and yeah, he's just behind Tipsy for the Battle of Ireland again. Yeah, let's see. So
Yeah, Thimo's still in his outlap though.
okay, so Thimo has not yet set a time. That's it's interesting. We have 6 minutes to go in qualifying. I'll try and find Thimo. There he is, our championship leader.
And we also have a few new drivers, of course.
Yes, quite a lot actually.
Yeah. We have Manku,
yeah.
who is in P6 at the moment.
Yeah. And I think I'm expecting him to improve on that, because he set a faster time in the practice session that was just live for a little while before quali.
Yeah, and we have Gabriel, who is also new, set the exact same time.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's actually 700s between them, I think. Oh, and Gabriel loses it on and the start of the lap, so he has to abandon that one. So did Thimo set up a lap time? Can we find
He's now in his lap, I think. Just coming through the first 3 or 4 corners.
There he is, yeah. Sector 1. And let's go on board with Thimo and look at his lap here. It's tidy so far.
Yeah.
And my delta is telling me that he's a 10th up, but I'm not sure on what, because he doesn't really have a time yet, does he?
Yeah, exactly. And Terra is right in front of him.
Yeah.
Also on a lap, so I will follow Terra for now.
Yeah, we see him actually on Thimo's on board as well, so...
Yeah.
Let's see, what's Terra? Terra is also 3.5 tenths up on his time. So I think the Beamers are on hot laps here. See if they can get up to the top 5 or something. And Pretorius goes quicker with the 1:54.4. I think that's a really solid lap time. Really
Yeah,
nice.
Pretorius is really fast.
Yes, that's Hugo 2 tenths down on him, which is also a good time, but 54.4. Yeah, that's definitely a really good lap.
Yeah, there come the BMWs.
Yep, Terra tackles the final corner. And onto the line. He manages to improve, but stays third. Thimo goes into P4, so
It's
so the
pretty
BMW.
good.
Yes,
Yeah.
I think so. So the BMW is in P3 and 4. Solid laps from those guys.
Yeah, they will be happy with that.
Yeah. So let's see. Still have 3.5 minutes in qualifying left. Can we find somebody who's on a lap here? And I think the next laps that most of the people are gonna do are gonna be
Yeah.
the last laps they will get in. And
Tezu
Pretorius is
also-
actually, I think he is on a lap and he's up on his time by 1.5 tenths. So let's see if he can even improve here. coming up to some traffic though, so this is probably gonna compromise him toward the end of the lap. That is TipsyBob in front of him, I think. And let's see, Pretorius is still up on his time, but he's 500ths of a second. And he's got compromised into the last corner, unfortunately. Oh no.
And Clara has gone off in the Dunlop curve.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we see.
P16 at the moment.
Yeah, tries to get out of the way for the BMW guys.
And Jesse loses it in the Schumacher S.
Oh no. Does Jesse set a time yet? I think he doesn't have a time yet at all, because I don't see him on the standings. Nope,
No.
he doesn't.
Jesse is out again, immediately, of course.
I think he might just have time to get a lap in still.
Yeah, 2 minutes 5 and going through the first corner now.
Yeah, so I think he will just about have time to start his lap.
Yeah, 6 seconds of buffer.
Let's see, I'm trying to
Ooh, Lucas has a lot of traffic in front of him.
Yeah, it's difficult to get a lap in here. In there now because of...
Ooh, Lucas loses it.
Oh dear. Yeah, he goes into the wall. And I'm afraid that's qualifying done for Hugo.
Yeah.
But he's in a comfortable P2 at the moment, so...
Yeah, nothing is lost for him.
Yep. And I think Terror is just about to come and start his final lap in qualifying, so... Let's see if the BMWs can improve here still. Oh, that Vance has actually gone fourth as well, so that's good. And Terra starts his lap, so let's stay on board with Terra for this one.
Yeah.
Tackles turn 2.
Danny is ending his lap right now.
Where's Danny actually? He's
P10.
P10, so he did he improve?
I couldn't see that quick.
I think he didn't improve. I think he stayed at 10th.
Yeah.
So pretty big gaps actually at the start, at the beginning of the list.
Cursed made a mistake and is done with his qualifying.
Yeah, so I think we have Terror, and I think Pretorius just got across the line as well to start his lap, so...
yeah, he was on an outlap. Yeah.
Let's see, Terror tackling Schumacher S, and he is just about equal on his old time, 4 100ths of a second down on his time at the moment. And let's see if we can hook up the final sector to make any improvement here, but it looks like he is too far back from Hugo, who is in P2 in front of him.
Yeah, meanwhile Ocean is at the end of his lap, 2 tenths down on his time for now.
And I think he's caught up quite nicely there actually. So
yeah, he gained another, different line maybe.
Okay, I don't know what happened there. I guess he ran super wide or something.
Yeah, he lost time, but still improves by 1.5 tenths. Not enough to improve on his position.
And Terror also, I think did he abandon his lap? Yeah, he did. So I think that Vance is still on his lap and Pretorius, so let's take a look at that Vance. That Vance is actually up on his time by 1/10, so...
And Jesse is on his only lap.
Yeah, and that Vance at this pace is definitely threatening Gabriel.
Ooh, Popo went off pretty hard.
And that Vance just coming across the line now. And I think it will not be enough. Not quite. He improves, but only by 3 100ths of a second, so that was not enough to...
Thimo fell back to P6. Still not bad, of course, but Gabriel, the newcomer, sets it in P4 for now.
Yeah, and Gabriel is driving, where can I see, a Porsche actually, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That seems to be a pretty good car for this track as well then.
Yeah.
But Pretorius, with a commanding pole, I think he improved there in the end actually with a couple of 100ths of a second, and 54.4. So that is definitely good. So I think now we go on the grid. And then I think we have to wait for the start of the race and then retire
Exit
to
to
the
the
pits.
pit.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I will stay a little while on the track just to catch the best of the action on the start.
Yep.
So we have a countdown of 30 seconds to the race start. And for those people who have not viewed before, we're gonna race for 40 minutes. And that will be somewhere around 20 laps or so. So we'll see how far we get. Okay, and we're about to get the starting lights. 5 lights, 6 lights, and we are go at Nürburgring. And it looks like a very good start from Pretorius, definitely, and he is going to hold on to his lead into turn 1, I think. Hugo in second. And yes, let's see. Try and catch some of this action here. And I think we are more or less through turn 1 at least quite nicely, and nobody is crashed out. I'm gonna retire my car now and then quickly get back on track to catch some of this action. Okay, so I've retired. And Pretorius did hang on to his lead. Hugo in second, Gabriel in third, so he did manage to jump Terror at the start. And so Terror Incognita in P4, that band's in P5. Cursed has actually jumped Thimo, so Cursed is in P6 and Thimo in P7. Then we have Toto in P8, Danny in P9, and Popo Gamer in P10, who is last point holding position for now. Let's see. The cars go around their way on lap 1. Do you see anything interesting out there? It's a pretty tight field for now.
I'm still trying to find my way. I don't have the standings up of their leaderboard up.
I think it will update after lap 1 or something like that.
Okay.
For me, it is up, but it's a little bit random. Unfortunately, the view, casting in this game isn't all that
Yeah.
good.
If I switch drivers, I don't get to see in the top of my screen who I'm viewing at the moment. So.
Okay. And do you have your ACTV enabled?
Yeah.
Okay. So let's hope it actually updates. It did for me when I.
Okay. I think we are. Yeah, we are good.
Okay. That's great. Pretoria is opening a little bit of a gap actually at the start, at the head of the pack. Hugo is 1 second down, and actually there's a little bit of contact between Gabriel and Hugo, and that opens up a chance for Terra Incognita to challenge Gabriel for P3, but Gabriel hangs onto it, goes very wide there, but hangs onto it for now. And looks like Gabriel is struggling a little bit out there at the moment. Terra gets a really good run. Really good run into turn 6, but can't make anything of it for now. That band's following in the back there, at the back there, trying to get a run on these guys as well. Yeah. So top 2 are a little bit escaping at the moment. Gabriel 1.2 seconds off Hugo, so let's keep an eye on that. But behind Gabriel, it's a really close back. Everybody is like half a second between each other. So
yeah, it's one big train at the moment.
Yes, and it looks like at this point of the race, at least Gabriel is a tiny bit down on pace on the guys in front. So
yeah, he just went from 1.3 second to 1.5. So.
And Hugo is actually really hanging on nicely. The Pretoria is only 0.6 down on him. So it's a good battle forming up ahead.
Yeah.
And yeah, the BMWs are not doing too bad either, considering Thimo told us that he's expecting to struggle a lot on this track, so they're still in pretty good point scoring position. So
Yeah, and Pixel has Clara right on his tail while he loses it out of the last corner.
okay, let's have a look at that as well. And Pixel with that Lamborghini engine on the straight line,
Yeah,
manages to keep on.
enough straight line speed.
Yeah, P13 at the moment. So who's actually leading the? He is leading the battle for the Irish championship at the moment.
Yeah.
So,
Gabriel now on what was it? 1.3. He's still hanging on.
yeah, so it's evened out a little bit now, I would say. So
Yeah.
it's a very even pack, actually, all the way down to P10, and then everybody's within 1 second of each other pretty much. So this is all open for grabs here today at Nürburgring. Unfortunately, I really don't know what's the strategy gonna be like today. I guess it'll be just one stop. But
Yeah.
I don't know if did you do some testing with the guys yesterday?
Yeah, but it was only setting lap times
Okay.
with a race setup. I have no idea what the strategy is going to be, but
Yeah. So I didn't get a prep up from Thimo this time. So
it's going to be a nice surprise.
yeah, let's see. At the moment we are on. Can we actually see what lap we're on? I think not, because it's a time race. Anyway, we have 34 minutes to go, so we are only 6 minutes into the race so far. Pretoria sets the fastest lap of the race, 1:55.2, and it's trying to open up a small gap to Hugo. It's 1.1 seconds now, and it looks like Gabriel is slowly falling back 2 seconds behind Hugo at the moment. But behind him, it's still, and I think there's a move for P9 Popo Gamer to get Danny actually on the main straight.
Ah, yeah.
We missed that, but
Yeah, once
but we and Danny trying to get
tries
the
to
switch
come
back.
back. Yeah.
But I think he will not be able to do anything into this corner. And Danny still trying to get the switch back into turn 6 they go, and let's see if Danny can do anything about this. I think he's too far back. Tries to hang it on the outside, but thinks better of it in the end. So Popo Gamer up into P9, but while they were battling, they've lost about 3.5 seconds up front. So yeah, they've let the pack escape now. Let's see if they can get back.
And Ben's Terra and Gabriel still very close behind each other.
It looks like that Porsche is actually very good on the straight as well, so Ter and Bantz can't really do anything about it at the moment.
No.
And I think I think the best overtaking spot on this track is pretty much turn 1 into turn 1.
Yeah, I think so as well.
Because you can't really overtake into this upcoming chicane here up here because it's too high speed.
Yeah.
So, oh, and Gabriel goes wide. Gabriel goes wide, and Terror and both bands get him there. So that's unfortunate for him.
That's another way to do it. So just keep the pressure on and wait for a mistake.
And it's paid off for Terror and Bands at the moment. They both get him, and Terror Incognita into P3 and that Bands into P4. So it's not going too bad for.
Now
Terror,
it's interesting now it's interesting to see what Terra can do on race pace.
Yeah, exactly. So he's
if he
about
can
3.3 down, and we'll keep an eye on the gap.
Yeah. Also interesting to see if Benz can follow him.
Looks like for now he can, and I think Benz is in the McLaren, which, at least according to my information, is really good on this track. So yeah.
Yeah. It's the car I practiced in yesterday evening. Felt really stable. I think I drove with the setup he's driving with, so I think he will be all right.
Yeah, and Gabriel's still hanging on nice there as well after that mistake, so he's only 0.6 down. And
And it looks like Thimo is putting the pressure on Cursed.
Yeah, and Cursed has fallen a little bit behind Gabriel in front, and Thimo is trying everything to get up there, but it's not easy to get a move on that Ferrari. It's quite good in the straight line as well.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think
Oh, Thimo ran wide.
runs wide, yeah, and loses a couple of tenths to Cursed there.
Yeah.
So at the moment, this is looking really good for Pretorius and Hugo, who are actually opening up a gap on Terror. Vance is really on Terror's case at the moment. Only 2 tenths down, and will he try something on the main straight here into turn 1? Let's see. I think he will not be able to do anything unless he really sends it into turn 1. And he tries, but Terror closes the door.
Yeah.
So nothing that Vance can do for now.
We have to keep an eye out for that battle.
Yes, definitely, and Vance definitely has pace at the moment. So I think Terror is holding him up a little bit. He's about 4 seconds down on the guys up ahead. So
Clara still tried to make a move in turn 1 on Pixel, but yeah, the engine speed is just too much.
yeah, and Pixel still hanging onto that P13. And I think OceanChief has made a move here on Veldmeneke. It's
Oh yeah.
cheating in P15 at the moment, so, and it's still only about 5 or 6 seconds from point, so yeah,
Pretty good.
Keep an eye on that battle as well. That band is still only 0.4 behind Terror.
Yeah, and Clara is really close behind Pixel still.
Yeah, but it's so hard to get anything done on the on that really fast Lamborghini. Clara is definitely faster than Pixel at the moment, but Pixel is hanging on with that straight line speed from this Lamborghini.
Ooh, Thimo really close now on Cursed. It's going to be a move, I think, maybe.
Oh yeah, into the fast chicane. So let's see what Thimo can do.
Let's see what happens here.
And
he keeps
I
the
think
line.
he does take it.
He
Yes.
does it.
That's
nice move.
Nice move. Kurt's trying to get the switch back, but I think he can do it. He can't do anything about it at the moment. Yeah. So Thimo up into P6. So BMWs in P3 and P6. That's not too bad for them. And
Ben still
trying to get back on Thimo, but I think he will not be able to do anything about it. Nope. It's actually these two teams here, BMWs and the Ferraris, are fighting for the championship the hardest at the moment.
Yeah.
So and they're pretty much in equal positions at the moment. So the other Ferrari is ahead of the other BMW, and the other BMW is ahead of the other Ferrari.
Yeah, so exactly. It's an interesting battle.
Split, yeah. And let's see if Thimo can close the gap on Gabriel at all at the moment. 3 seconds down.
Yeah.
And yeah, the battle up front is still close, but there's about 1.5 seconds that I think Pretorius is just controlling the pace at the moment.
Yeah.
So it will be really interesting to see if we have some sort of an undercut here, or an overcut. I don't actually know what's the better one.
Yeah, it looks like it's the only way to do it, an under or overcut. Or Pretorius needs to make a mistake, but to be honest, both Pretorius and Hugo look pretty constant and consistent.
Yeah, definitely. Both of them drove brilliantly 2 weeks ago at Road America as well. Especially Hugo, who was leading the entire race pretty much, and just hung on, didn't make a single big mistake, and won the race 2 weeks ago. Today, at the moment, in P2, so
close. Ben still behind Terror, but not close enough.
Yeah, and Terror isn't really making any headway on the.
Oh, and Danny is now close behind Gabriel.
Gabriel
Did
must have
Gabriel
made
made
a
a
mistake.
mistake?
Yes, he's dropped P8 actually, so
Yeah.
we have somehow managed to miss that on the stream, unfortunately. But yeah, Gabriel down to P8. That puts Thimo, Cursed, and Toto up a position, each of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's working out well for the BMWs, just hanging out there, waiting for the others to make mistakes.
Yeah, and they are in P3 and P5 at the moment.
Yeah.
And after the frustration I at least heard from Thimo yesterday, I think that's pretty good for now.
Yes, that's. I think, at least based on what he told us, he would be happy with this. But let's see how the race develops. It's still a long way to go, over half distance.
It's a long race, yeah.
25 minutes. I think I don't have a way to see how many laps we've done, but it is what it is. Let's just
Yeah.
try and focus on the things we can see. So I think the closest battle at the moment is for P3, and Vance is really pressuring Terror all the way. Half a second down, but that BMW is really good on the straights, and Vance can't really make a move on the BMW. I think the only chance for Vance is to get a really good run on the main straight and send it into turn 1. And is he gonna be close enough this time around? He's very close, but I think just too far back, 4/10. Yeah.
I think they did 9 laps or something.
Yeah. Yeah, might be.
Ooh! Popo loses it.
Oh dear, yeah. And
Completely out of the corner onto the straight.
Spins across the track there.
Yeah.
Looks like he didn't collect anybody. Yep, and Popo now down in P17, so that's not really worked well for him.
Hugo's actually got 2/10 closer.
And Popo loses it again, does he? Yes, he does.
That's sad.
I think he... It's P0.
Flaccid, Flaccid spins as well, trying to overtake Veldmanica.
Where is that? I can't... Oh.
In the back, in turn 1 was that.
Okay.
Let me see.
I was unable to find it. Oh well.
Now both Mercedes behind each other in P13 and 14, Veldmanica and Clara.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and Popo is done with it.
Yeah, so Popo's unfortunately retired from the race.
Yeah.
Sad for him because he was doing quite well up in the points, but
yeah,
lost it somewhere on the I think coming to the back straight out of turn 12. It's really tricky there. I've spun there many times myself. So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looks like there is an Irish battle brewing.
Yeah.
If I look at Flaccid.
Pixel and Chief is actually very
Or
close
is
to
he
Pixel
left?
here.
Why is he position 15 at my screen?
I think he is actually on 15th.
And Flaccid on 12?
Yeah.
Ah, that's the spectator bug, I think. It's on the standing screen. It looks alright.
Yeah, I think
so.
Who is actually lapped? I can't see even. Weird. Okay. But I think this is actually a battle for position, of course. So.
Yeah.
Chief
and
is trying to get a move on.
Oh, this is going to be exciting.
Here. But I think Pixel will have the line here. Oh, and they touch, and Chief spins out. Oh no.
Yeah, a little bit of contact. Chief gets 2 wheels on the grass, and then you can make the corner again.
Braking, yeah. I think
that's a shame.
Maybe he should just pit now and try and get some fresh tires on, but he still goes on. So okay.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's
well,
a shame.
That's let the other 2 Irishmen, Pixel and Tipsy, lose.
Yeah.
But they are going to be hard pressed to get any points here today.
That's at front, Pretorius is still managing the gap, still around 1.5 seconds.
Yeah, that's what it's been for the entire race, pretty much.
Yeah,
so, those guys are really pushing each other to the limit, like just like 2 weeks ago, actually. So it's just the order is different. So 2 weeks ago.
And Benz is now really knocking on the door at Terra.
Yeah.
Only
So-
2 tenths. He's really pushing him.
Yeah. And I think he's pushing Terror into making some mistakes now because Terror is also falling from
Yeah.
those guys up front.
Yeah, it definitely will cost him some performance in lap times because he needs to look behind more than that he can focus on the road ahead. But
I wonder
Terra
if-
isn't an easy driver to force into a mistake.
Yeah. I wonder if Vance should try something like an undercut here, but
He might get him on track this time.
yeah, he's really close, and he's really going to try and send it into turn 1. And
Yeah.
will he be
Is
able
he
to do
going-
anything about it? It's really tight, and Terror has the inside line. Vance
Yeah,
trying to
will
go
try
around the
his-
outside, but can't really do anything about it.
Still sends it on the inside here though.
And will he get a good run here into turn 3?
Terra can go on the power earlier than Benz because his steering is more open, but they're still side by side.
Yeah, and still hanging on the outside on Vance, but now he has to yield, I think.
Very nice close racing here.
Yeah, and brilliant racing by these guys.
I think they both will enjoy this.
Yes, and it's still super close, 1/10 down. I think Vance...
Meanwhile, both Mercedes are in for a pit stop, it seems.
Yeah, and there's actually some other people in the pits as well. Clara, Pixel, and OceanChief didn't pit yet.
Yeah.
So. Both of the Mercedes, one Audi, and Dead Pixel is in the pits. And I think there's somebody at the back there as well, but I'm... Oh, that's NGJ, yes.
And I have to say, we haven't mentioned him a lot, but Thimo is driving a pretty consistent race so far.
Yep.
He's on his own, but he has a gap of 2.5 seconds to Kirst behind him.
And we actually completely missed once again. What great. Anyway, Pretorius has pitted, by the way, so
Oh,
he is now in P10. So, and can we somehow see what tire he is on? Let me see. He is on the soft tire, I think. Yes. Is he? Oh, seriously, these standings are strange sometimes. Yes, he is on the soft tire. Yes, sorry about that. Confusing moment. And I think everybody is pitting now, so it's everybody up ahead is pitting, and let's see if this brews up the game at all. Pretorius coming to the main straight, and will he be able to get Hugo? Hugo is still at the pits, and I think Pretorius will easily get him. Yes, he will. And looks like it was a bit of a messy pit stop maybe for Hugo. And I think both of the... Did Kirst make really... Is Kirst lapped, or are my standings really messed up at the moment?
I think the standings are just messed up.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to wait until the end of this lap to really see what's happening, because it's telling me that Kirst is in P17. Is that true? I don't know. Anyway, Pretorius did hang on to his lead and actually managed to make a pretty big undercut here, and he's 3.6 ahead of Hugo at the moment.
Yeah, pretty good job.
Yes, and Terror
Should,
held onto his P3, and I think Vance must have had an issue with his pit stop, because he's quite far down at the moment in P6.
Yeah.
So that is really unfortunate for Vance, because he was challenging Terror hard earlier in the race, and now something must have gone wrong with his pit stop, because Terror is 15 seconds ahead of him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to talk to the guys. What's up with those pit stops, because we can't really see.
Yeah, exactly.
We just see the cars stopping, and that's about it. But there must have been something wrong with his pit stop, because he's lost about 15 seconds.
At least we have some good interview questions then.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, Hugo closing down the gap on Pretorius now, 2.8. He was 3.6 behind. And yeah. So at the moment, the gaps are quite big. So Pretoria's in the lead, with Hugo in P2, about 3 seconds down on him. Terra Incognita about 4 seconds behind Hugo. Thimo actually up to P4 after the pit stop, so that's really worked out well for him. Gabriel in P5, and that Bands down in P6, so that pit stop round was a disaster for Bands, unfortunately. And I think one other guy who's won here big time is Danny, who is up to P7. We haven't talked much about him actually, but Danny's doing a pretty good race down there in P7. Or up there in P7, should I say. Yeah, and that's actually the closest battle at the moment on track. Toto trying to challenge Danny for P7. And I think everybody had pitted. I'm not sure what happened to Kirst, because at least on my standings he is in P17. And I think
he just crashed.
Yes,
yeah, he's done with it.
Yeah, we must have missed his what happened to him, because he was all the way up there earlier on the race.
We might have a battle for P4 on our hands, because Gabriel is 2 seconds behind Thimo.
Yeah, I didn't actually notice that what was the gap before or after the pit stop, so is he...
Yeah.
Maybe he's
and
gaining...
the BMWs in P3, P4, pretty decent.
Yeah, so those guys have really done... It's all about survival for them today, I think, on this track, and they've done a really good job so far.
Yeah, I mean, if you say that Pretorius and Yugos already had a go at it last race, they are best of the rest here.
Yeah.
So it couldn't be better.
Yeah, and Terror in the last race compromised himself, of course, with the incident in the turn 1 at the start, or just lost it in the turn 1 actually.
We also might have a battle for P7 between Danny and Toto.
Yeah, that's
also pretty close.
I think that's the closest battle at the moment still.
Yeah.
So, Toto trying to get a run on Danny, but too far back at the moment to do anything about it. And yeah, the battle for Ireland is
it's also
still on, but unfortunately Chief has compromised himself a little bit with the... Oh, and there is Pixel is off.
Oh.
And Chief gets him and moves up into P14.
Yeah.
So
I think he went too hot into the chicane.
Yeah, that's what it looked like, because he was facing the wrong way after the chicane.
Yeah, exactly.
And
meanwhile, Yugos is really pushing it.
Yeah, he's only 1.7 down now. So
he gained 2 tenths already this lap.
Yeah. And let's look at their lap times. Hugo's lap time 1:55.3 and Pretoria's 1:55.6. So yeah. Hugo is slowly grinding on that gap, and let's see if we can challenge him toward the end of the race.
Ooh.
Pretorius might be
yeah, Hugo made a mistake.
Yeah.
Hugo made a mistake in the chicane.
Yeah.
Lost 2 tenths.
2 seconds down now. Lap time still a respect, really good 55.3. So he's actually, despite that mistake, he gained about 5 tenths on this lap on Pretoria. So yeah, Hugo is on a charge at the moment. And yeah, what's happened? I think Gabriel has made another mistake, because he's now down in P9.
Yeah,
so we
and
have
Tezu is behind him.
Yes, and that Bands is up into P5.
Tezu also overtakes Gabriel now. Just let him by it. It looked like, but he's making some kind of switchback line.
I'm not sure what that was about. Looked like he just made way.
Yeah, I don't think he will attack him in, although no.
Maybe were these guys maybe some mates? Maybe they're in a call and
yeah,
and
maybe they just want a little bit of fun down there. I don't know.
Yeah, or maybe Tezu is just much better pace at the moment. I don't know. Let's see. Gabriel is hanging on there though.
Let's see, the gap is now 1.5 seconds between Pretorius and Hugo, so...
Yeah, so Hugo has taken another 5/10 on this lap so far on Pretorius.
Yeah,
so
Hugo's found some pace on these tires.
yeah, definitely. And looks like Pretorius might be in trouble toward the end of the race because Hugo is still gaining him. He's already made up 6/10 on this lap on Pretorius. So yeah, but these guys are in their own league at the moment, I would say. Incognita 5.5 seconds down on Hugo.
Yeah.
Thimo about 13 seconds behind Terror.
Yeah.
And
Ben's also big gap to Thimo.
yeah, 4 seconds, and I think that's been roughly the same. So.
And Toto can't follow Danny, so Manku was his name, I think, or Manzu,
Yeah.
is right behind him, Manku.
And Hugo sets the fastest lap of the race as well, 55.1, which is fast indeed because the pole was 54.4. So yeah, that's a really good pace.
Ooh, Gabriel went off again.
Oh dear, it's been a bit of a downhill battle for him in this race.
Yeah, he did a pretty decent qualifying.
Yeah, and fortunately he's fallen down the order a little bit in the race, but still hanging on to that 1 point at the moment, so let's see if we're gonna keep that up. We have just over 9 minutes to go.
Oh,
so,
Flacid is gone.
Yeah.
Went off.
Okay. I can't actually see that guy. Where is he? What position?
He's already gone. He
Oh.
went to the pits straight away.
Okay, so he's retired.
Meanwhile, Manku is putting full pressure on Toto at the moment.
Yeah, 5/10. That is the closest battle at the moment, but Hugo is still closing on Pretorius at the moment, so
Yeah.
1.2. So I'll
It's,
try and keep an eye on that gap and hope there if...
Yeah, we'll keep you informed on the Toto battle then.
Yep, we're watching them at the moment, so...
Okay.
And Manku is this guy's name, yes, that's right. So
Yeah.
he's...
Okay, I will keep an eye on the lead. Make sure we don't miss anything there.
Yeah, I think Danny is actually having pretty good pace on these second set of his tires because he dropped Toto in the McLaren behind him by 2.5 seconds, so doesn't look too bad for Danny. And Hugo
goes with another fastest lap.
Yeah. And
Gap is 1 second.
Yes, so Pretorius is gonna definitely be under pressure here.
Yeah.
And I think we're gonna stick with them for now.
Yeah.
Hugo closing that gap to Pretorius, and yeah, he still have plenty of time. 8 minutes to go.
Yeah, exactly, and it's always good as a driver if you see that you're gaining at the guy in front of you, and you really get behind him. I don't know, it always gives me extra pace or something.
Yeah, it's gives you an energy boost, and yeah. I also find it easier like driving behind somebody and following them. That's
yeah, you have some kind of racing line also.
Yeah, it's true.
So. Ooh, Pretorius went a little bit wide there.
Yeah,
I don't know
so
if it's
so did Hugo. So
yeah,
gap is
but he
0.8.
gained time.
Yeah, gap is 0.8 at the moment, so he has to get a little bit closer to get a run on one of the straights. So I wonder if Pretorius is slightly struggling on his tires because he pitted a lap or two earlier than these guys.
I can go on board, maybe I can see him sliding a bit, but...
Yeah. And Hugo 0.7 down on Pretorius at the moment, so are we once again gonna have a battle on the final lap, because that's kind of been the trend in these races.
Okay, yeah.
So in the first race of the season, Thimo won by 0.1 seconds over Terror.
Oh yeah, Thimo sent me that footage, indeed, yeah.
Yeah, and also in the last race it was like 0.7 seconds or something across the line. So and Hugo sets another fastest lap of the race, 54.7. That's really fast. So
yeah, Hugo's is on fire at the moment.
Yeah, and that's almost as fast as his qualifying time. So I'm really impressed by his performance so far.
Yeah.
But will he be able to overtake Pretorius? That's the question here. I think we're gonna stick with the leaders for now, because behind, I think the Manku Toto battle is still.
Yeah, I just browsed through the whole field.
Yeah.
There isn't really a battle going at the moment.
Yeah.
And this is the fight for the lead, so of course we need to broadcast that.
Yep, definitely, and it's so close as well. 0.4 now, so I wonder if Hugo will try and get a run on the back straight here on this lap. Both of them run a tiny bit wide into.
Yeah, but
into
it
the
looks
Dunlop.
like it looks like the rear of Hugo is more stable than Pretorius' rear.
Yeah, and Pretorius.
It's a little bit more
wide
twitchy.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hugo is really close this time, so let's see what happens here.
Yeah, it takes a wider entry. Cuts
Gets
back in
really good
nicely.
run. And I think we're gonna see a move here.
Yeah, he's going to send it.
Yes, and he will have to send it here if he. But is he too far back to do
He
that?
brakes very late. A little bit of touching, but it's.
And
it's
he's gone.
clean.
So yeah,
Very
that's,
nice move. Very nice driving of both of them.
Yes, and they actually made it too wide through there. So
yeah, pretty awesome.
Good job, both of them.
Kept each other alive. Pretorius went a little bit wide out of the last corner, so no chance to attack back.
Yeah, it looks like Hugo is gonna drive away here, and it's been a brilliant race from Hugo, especially the second stint. He's been really quick, and already 1 second ahead of Pretorius. So let's see if Pretorius can do anything here. But it looks like Hugo does have the better tires at the moment, at least in his car.
Yeah, exactly.
So
it's a great race from both of them, but it looked like the Hugo's waited for his chance somewhere in the race.
Yeah,
and he striked
and made it work as well. So he's 1.2 clear now already. So
yeah,
it looks like Pretorius does not have an answer at the moment for this.
Yeah.
Charged by Hugo.
The Toto Manku battle is still 0.5 seconds.
Yeah, so it's unchanged, but Manku just can't quite make a move.
And Ben's closing in on Thimo, but I'm afraid time will run out before he gets there.
Yeah, so I think we'll have 2 more laps to go here.
Yeah.
So Hugo runs really wide on the back straight, and Pretorius is still hanging on there within a second. So
yeah, he's hanging on. Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe wonder if Hugo had to cook his tires a little bit to make that move, but.
Yeah, I don't know. And you know the saying, right? It's always easier to hunt than to be the hunted.
Yeah, and Pretorius is really hanging in there nicely actually after losing that position on the last lap. So maybe the best of Hugo's tires is gone, but we'll see. So I think this is the penultimate lap of the race.
Yeah, I think so as well.
And
at the back, no battles for now.
It's just Manku and Toto.
Ocean and Tipsy. No, Ocean and Clara.
Oh yeah, actually. So Chief has actually. Both of these guys have almost caught up to Tipsy. Tipsy is only 2 seconds ahead of them, so still have some interest here at the back. And yeah, let's see if Chief can challenge Clara here.
Yeah, the gap at front is 1.2 seconds, so Hugo's has this one, I think. Oh, and Benz went off.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but he has quite a big gap to Danny, so no loss in position there.
Yeah, but unfortunately that at least ends the battle versus Thimo. So yeah, I think this has been a very successful survival drive by both of the BMW guys. So.
Ocean, will he send it into turn 1? That's the question. I don't think so.
He's probably a little bit
too
far back. Yeah.
I thought he might gain a little bit of time with the slipstream, but he didn't.
Yeah, I think that McLaren isn't the strongest one in the straight line, so
Yeah.
it's difficult, and he was maybe a little bit too far back.
Okay, Pretorius now on 0.9 seconds, 9 tenths.
Yeah, and the guys are about to start the final lap of the race, so
Yeah.
45 seconds to go. That means this will be the final lap of the race here.
Yeah.
So
Great drive from both of them, I have to say.
yeah, and especially Hugo with the second stint, just
Yeah,
good.
that's
So,
really impressive.
and yeah, Pretorius trying to hang in there, but I think will he have the tires to do anything about it on the final lap here? I don't think so, but let's watch and see what happens.
Yeah, and now Clara and Ocean are really close behind Tipsy. Tipsy seems to struggle a lot on his tires.
Yeah. So it's a battle for P12.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, no points for this this battle here, but
Yeah.
I'm just gonna hold on to the leaders for now because they're on the final lap and the gap is still under 1 second here. So
Yeah, exactly.
it's Pretorius keeps Hugo honest all the way to the end. 0.9. But I think both of them.
Clara sends it on the inside in the last corner on Tipsy.
And does get it done as well, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Little bit of touching, but it's okay, I think, in these cars.
But will they get another run into turn one? No, I think.
And Pretorius is close, but not close enough.
Yeah, 0.7, and we're coming down to the final corners. And I think Hugo will take this race. They're about to come up to some back markers, but Hugo coming out of the final corner across the line to win at Nürburgring, and what a win it is.
Yeah, excellent drive.
Yes, excellent drive from both of these guys. And
yeah.
It's pretty much a rerun of 2 weeks ago, so battling each other all the way.
And the BMWs get P3 and P4.
Yeah, they're already across the finish line in P3, and Thimo as well into P4, which I think he will be really happy with that, at least based on what he said to us before the race. So.
Ooh, we have to watch Tipsy for now.
Oh, okay.
Three wide.
Oh dear, in the Schumacher. Chief trying to send it on Clara as well, but it's a bit of a wheel banging there.
They at least have fun this race,
yeah.
Although it isn't for points, but
yeah. So
Ocean with a different line. They try the switchback line, yes, of course.
And
that's a better run.
Chief gets a really good run on the back straight, but will he send it? Come on, Chief.
Just do it, Chief.
And he's alongside, but I think he will hold back now. Yeah. So.
Ooh, but Clara loses it.
Oh no, he hits the wall.
That's also a way to do it.
Yeah. So
make your opponent outbrake himself in the.
But I'm afraid for Chief, Tipsy here takes the battle for Ireland. So.
Yeah.
And they come across each other.
It was a fun one.
Yeah, indeed.
With Clara in the mix as well.
So, while we were watching the battle at the behind there, so that band's finished in P5, Danico in P6, Toto P7, Manku P8. So Manku was not able to get Toto, Gabriel in P9, and Teisu for the last point finishing position in P10. So
yeah,
those are our points finishers today. Yep. So
pretty entertaining race.
What do we think about driver of the day here?
Yeah, I think Hugo's.
Yeah, definitely.
He got undercutted and still managed to close a gap of a few seconds, I think.
Yeah, and it's just got him in the end as well. So yeah, I think I'd have to go for that as well. So Hugo,
Yeah.
I think it's for the second time in a row, gets driver of the day from us. So yeah, great drive.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So if anybody wants to talk to us, please come to general chat 2, so we know who would like to have a word with us. Or if they don't, I'm just gonna drag some random people in.
Yeah, exactly.
So maybe should we just grab Hugo?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, let's do that. So hello Hugo, I hope
Hello.
you're there. So welcome,
That was very sudden.
and you are deservedly our driver of the day.
Thank you.
That was a great second stint. What do you have to say for yourself?
I mean, I think I matched my quali lap in the race,
Yeah, that's
so I was really happy with my pace in the second stint.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised by how quickly I caught Pretorius, considering the first stint. Like
Yeah.
I was like marginally slower.
Yeah, you were about three and a half seconds behind him after the pit stop, so it looked like a really good undercut for him. But then you closed the gap quite rapidly and yeah, made the overtake as well. So yeah, great job. That's all I can say.
Thank
and
you.
I also noticed a really good lap time because you did a 54 something.
7.
Yeah, and that was almost what you did in quali as well. So.
How was the going too wide through the chicane with Pretorius?
I tried. I thought I could like really outbrake him, but
Yeah.
then as we were going in, I saw that he was still alongside, so I was like, "Oh no!" But we gave each other enough room, so
Yeah, it was nice to see.
Yeah, definitely. It's
Yeah.
great racing for both of you. So yeah, it's good drive and driver of the day for us. And what's the next
Yeah.
race actually? It's Red Bull Ring, isn't it? So what do you think about the upcoming races?
Red Bull Ring is next, I
Yeah.
think, which I am not looking forward to
Okay.
because there are lots of straights, and
I think you didn't.
in order for us,
Didn't do too bad, and Road America either, which has long straights. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, what I do something in the setup, but it makes the rear really unstable, so you have to be careful.
Yeah.
And Red Bull Ring has a lot of traction zones, so
Yeah, and it's I guess it's yeah. I suppose it'll be interesting to see. I actually think I've never really driven that track in the GT3 cars, so I might hop on the server and do some laps as well in practice. So yep.
Yeah, we have Thimo in general
Yeah,
too. I was going to drag him in anyways, but
Yeah, let's
he
grab
wants to talk.
Thimo in here as well. But any closing words from Hugo before we let Mr. Thimo?
I just want to say that Thimo and Pretorius are the favourites to win the championship.
Okay. So yeah, actually, you will be leading the championship after this race, right? Yeah. So.
Well, that doesn't have to be mentioned.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. You're definitely the favorite. I don't know how the hell he thinks I am. I showed like today that even if I mean, you know, even if the BMW wasn't by far the slowest car, Terra's still 7/10 quicker than me. So yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm just gonna drag Terra in as well, so we get both of the BMW drivers here.
My jumper off. I was like sweating halfway through the race.
Sorry, Terra. Sorry, Terra.
That's on stream.
Oh, hey guys. That's yeah. Wow, that was a good time for you to drag me in.
Yeah.
At least you didn't
Nice,
talk
good to know.
about November or something.
Yeah, I just wanted both of you BMW drivers here because I talked briefly with Thimo before the race, and
Did we?
yes,
And I heard-
very
and I heard
very
him
briefly, and you
And I
said
heard
that
him yesterday.
this
Oh,
will
right.
It really
definitely
was
be,
a very interesting conversation.
Oh right, we did. Yeah, yeah. Okay,
so,
never mind.
so this would be sort of what's the word survival
Damage
battle for you
control?
guys on this track. So I think you guys
Yeah.
did a brilliant job though, P3 and 4.
Yeah,
was-
I mean that's the So I was just going to say, I mean that's the best race I've driven in quite a while, and certainly it's the best race I've driven this season in the GT3s.
Yep.
That was I was on it almost every lap. I backed off a little bit at the end, but generally I was pushing, and I had reasonably good pace given the car deficit.
Yep.
And I was able to keep Bance behind for the first stint. That was a really good battle.
Yeah.
Enjoyed that a lot.
So
Yeah.
something
I'm very
happened
pleased.
to Bance at the pits, I guess. So maybe we'll get him
Yeah,
in as well.
he didn't have enough fuel.
Oh.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah, Kirst and
Really?
him both ran out of fuel.
Oh.
They overdid it and like missed the timing for their pit stop, so they were gone. That was pretty unfortunate, but also massively hilarious. So
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
it happens.
That was really silly to comment it because we didn't really understand what was going on, so can't see it. So
And Thimo, after I heard you yesterday in voice chat, you must be pretty happy with this result.
I don't know about that, Chief. It's. I mean,
you should be happy with it.
I'm super happy with the result. I'm not happy with the state of like my pace, but like the result was very good.
But every
I
race
mean-
is different, and you got a P4, so.
I couldn't ask for more there.
Yeah.
It's just that I would have liked not to be 14 seconds off Terra. I mean, I'm fine being beaten by Terra, but like
but
14
I
seconds.
think you lost
over
most of
20
that
laps.
time somehow during the pit stop though, because
Oh
you-
right, I overshot it, and then I had to reverse. And the problem is you can't gear shift while you're getting repairs. So that means when I try to launch out of the pits, it launched me in the wrong direction.
I think you were about 6 seconds behind Terror before the pit stops and something like 12
Yeah.
or 13 after.
I was wondering what happened. I figured
Was
you
it
must have had
really
a slow stop
all of
somehow.
that? Oh,
Yeah,
okay. I
you
mean,
lost.
then I
Yeah,
feel
you
bad
lost.
about
You lost
myself.
about 6 seconds in the pit
Yeah.
stop. So I remember noticing that as well.
Okay.
I think you
Okay,
guys
then I
were-
feel better about
you guys
It
were
myself.
isn't that bad.
quite evenly matched in pace, I would say so.
No, I mean he was a bit. I think he was
Maybe a bit
definitely
quicker,
quicker in
yeah,
the
but-
first stint, and then the second one, I had like laps where I was like 3 or 4 tenths up, and then laps where he was just like a bit
Yeah.
faster, and he was
Yeah,
cruising, and I wasn't.
I think the second stint was pretty evenly matched in terms of pace. I did take a little bit off, but only a little bit. I was only sort of I don't know, maybe half a second a lap, maybe sort of 3 or 4 tenths even off my first stint pace. So yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I was massively pushing, probably to prove something to myself or so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, in the end, it was a pretty decent race. I qualified in P6, which is like meh. I bottled the lap. I could have started in P4, and that wouldn't really have changed anything about the result. But then I got jumped by Kirst because Kirst just always gets very good launches, and I don't. And so Kirst was ahead of me,
Yeah.
and that was a real pain because he was just not even throwing shade at Kirst. Like he drove genuinely well, and. But I was so happy that when I finally got past. That was like that's the one thing I really like about our pick with a BMW. That my biggest weakness is probably overtaking. I mean, it's a meme, and it's a meme for a reason, and it kind of makes it easier. So that's good. So I was past Kirsten, and then I saw saw Gabriel spin,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I'm very happy that we got new quick guys in, but also the egomaniac part of me was very happy that he was gone.
I was gonna say as well. I should have said when I was speaking earlier, but props to Gabriel. Like he was legit fast.
Yeah, he had good pace, but
And just a shame he made those mistakes because
Yeah.
it would have been a really
Yeah.
good battle.
He made
unfortunately.
quite a few,
Yep.
unfortunately. But
Yeah.
He finished
maybe he
in
didn't
P9
practice
or something.
that much. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he finished P9. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, maybe he needs a little bit of time, but I'm sure it's a great new addition to the league.
Yeah, it
He
is.
definitely had
It's
pace.
great.
It was just the
Absolutely.
consistency today.
To be
Yeah.
honest, I'm like I kind of want to give a little shout out to everyone who showed up today because we had 19 drivers, and I'm like legit so super happy because of the massive slow start the HC League had with the last season with like 4 drivers in Canada and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then I mean we try to fix the problems last season had by taking an easier car, and then we got the same attendance for the first 2 races we also got last time. It was like 15 and 11 was like exactly the same time as last time, and I was scared it was gonna die, but now we had 19, and I think most had a good race. Like no one had the massive struggles we had in AC last season, so I'm confident like most of these guys will stick around, and that makes me very happy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Started the
Look
race looked
forward.
really even.
Yeah.
So no, I don't think anybody crashed into turn 1 or did what I did in Hungary last year. But yeah, so yeah, I enjoyed commentating that. So
Yeah, me too.
thanks.
Yeah, good to hear. I
that's
look
good.
forward to watching it back.
Yeah, I heard from
Thanks
Speedy
for the
that
comment.
was good.
Yeah, I
So,
think
that's good.
we caught the most of the action.
Yeah, some
Only missed the
of course
pit
you always
stop,
miss something, but because you
yeah.
some of the things you can't see if there's a yellow flag or something like that, so it's a bit.
Did you get
Yeah.
the battle between me and Vance?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we did.
Just before the
most
pit
of it,
stop,
yeah.
that was really good.
Yeah.
Did you get me overtaken cursed? That's the only thing
Yeah,
I did
I
always.
think we did. I think we
Also,
did.
yeah, we got most of the action, I think.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
that's
wonder if
very
we
Also,
can-
the overtake of Yugos on Pretorius was also pretty epic in the chicane side by
Yeah.
side.
wonder
We were
if we
actually.
could have a word with
Sorry.
Bant as well. So
Yeah, why not?
Totally. We were actually
Want to hear
bullying each
about his
other
pit stop.
on the last lap. We were being very annoying, and we were bullying each other with saying stuff like manual breathing or don't you feel how your toes are touching each other right now? And then like that stuff we were just like telling each other.
It's
That shit.
playing
It was getting very annoying, but I was
Yeah.
I'm not the person to say that because I was like main part of it. Kind of sorry, but it turned out fine. I think
Yeah.
so. I don't think I killed anyone.
A bit of banter is nice.
No, it was totally fine. I mean, my objection was solely that it was very loud, and like
Oh,
it
yeah.
Really,
sort
that
of
was the
reached
action.
Oh,
it sort of
it's
reached a
loud.
crescendo.
Never.
Yeah, it was just loud. It sort of reached a crescendo, and I was like,
Yeah.
I've had enough of this.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
one point I said, like on the last lap, I said manual braking, and then like all your muscle memory's gone, and then I entered like the corner after the Schumachers, and all my muscle memory was gone, and I was very actively, consciously turning into that corner and absolutely overshot it. It was very bad, so I screwed myself over, but luckily Ben spotted it.
All right,
So-
let's bring Ben's in, by
Yeah,
the way.
let's
Yeah.
Because there was a credit card on.
Ben?
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, at least it's not as bad as a pajama sweat, isn't it? So.
So, Mr. Bant,
Yes.
let's hear from you as well. How was it for you? I think you had some issue with your pit stop.
I mean, my pajamas not sweaty, but my underwear is. I can tell you that.
Everyone we drag in
How's
has
that
sweaty
not
clothes.
bad? Yeah,
Okay.
you
Very,
can try-
very rude.
when,
Who would
when
do
you
such a
dragged
thing?
when you dragged Yugos in, he was sweaty.
But who would do such a thing?
Like the whole week.
I have
Anyway.
no idea.
Yes. So.
What happened with the
I
pit
can't
stop?
feel safe. Apparently.
What
It's gonna
happened
go a
to-
lap longer, but I didn't have a feel. I had like a feel for 70% of the lap, but when you run out, it's not like slowly winding down. The engine cuts,
Yeah.
so you're not gonna get to the end of the lap. So I just opted to just straight reset to the pits to save time.
Okay, so yeah, that's what happened then, because we were wondering how did you lose like 15 seconds or something.
Yeah, it's very sad because I think I robbed me and Tara of some really fun racing because in the end we both ended up not racing with anyone. So
Yeah,
Yep.
and it also robbed me of P3 because you would have clearly crashed into each other.
Yeah.
At least that's what I paid you for. That's why you were talking about credit cards.
Oh,
Anyway.
I see how it is.
that's why I use PayPal. You see, not credit cards.
So the Sphinx in Mario Odyssey doesn't screw you.
Yeah, but
Okay.
this was your first start in the GT3 series bands, was it?
Yes,
So
it was.
How
That's
did
good.
you like it?
Yeah, it was absolutely awesome. I mean, it sucked with obviously that thing there, but for the first go, I think that was fun. I think it was good. And so many people, 19, and there wasn't because I said that before the race that I wasn't expecting. I said it was a possibility because there were so many cars that some cars were starting in the corner, like in the turn,
Yeah.
right? And I was like, if someone messes up and there's a crash in turn 1, it's going to be the most fatal crash in motorsport history.
Yeah, but
But that didn't seem to happen. So
no,
that's good.
I think there were maybe some wheel banging sure in the turn 1, but it was clean otherwise. So that's what it looked like anyway.
Yeah, it looks good.
Yep.
Good stuff.
So I don't know. Maybe I will let Thimo, the boss for this league, have the last word for today.
I'm not the boss of this league,
I
and
think yes, you are.
and
Timo, you can be the boss of this league today. Come
the
on.
main point is, Yugos is the championship favorite. Goodbye.
Oh.
No, you can't say
Exactly,
what I've
Timo.
already said about you.
Also,
Doesn't
the
work like that.
BMW Z4 is the fastest car. All right, bye. Thank you very much for watching.
Okay, on that note.
Bye, everyone.
I'll
Oh, we were.
see you in 2 weeks. That's gonna be the Austrian.
The German
Red
Grand
Red
Prix.
Bull Ring,
German,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah, the German Grand Prix.
Yeah,
to
and sign up for this
actually
league.
Lugano.
and that's gonna be different again.
Well,
so.
don't sign up. The grid is actually full.
Yeah, why not?
Well, no,
It's time for tier 2, mate.
Still sign up.
Let's keep growing.
Well,
sign up, folks. Sign up.
if you're interested, please join
Oh,
the
my
2SRL
lord.
I
Discord.
didn't
and,
think I would ever say that.
Yeah,
Let the boys do the outro, please.
yeah. Sorry. So, yep. Thanks from my side. It's Icewind speaking here, and thanks to Jensen for co-commentating with me today.
Yeah, it was my pleasure.
Yep. So, good race. We'll see you again in 2 weeks at Red Bull Ring.
Like and subscribe.
Yep.
Like and
Bye-bye.
subscribe.